Hello there. My name is Roderick Schichtel. You can call me Rod. I'm in the process of creating a new talk show called Love to Washington. I believe that our current political climate is an invitation for deep examination and rethinking in regard to the way our government operates and what it says about us as a nation and a people. I'm a student of the law of attraction, so I'm always conscious of the fact that our thoughts and ideas are creating and shaping our future. Being in a state of worry and fear only serves to fuel bringing about the things that we don't want. Plus, it makes us miserable along the way. It's no way to live. Many of us are waking up to this. The way to create the things we desire is to passionately focus on them in a state of gratitude while taking the actions we are inspired with, knowing that we have the power and the ability to bring about whatever we continue to put our energy into. That's how this universe works. That's what I'm doing with this project. I'm taking an idea and I'm making it into a reality. The state of our government, nation, and world are collective manifestations. So it takes a collective of us agreeing on the things we desire and focusing on them together. That is where projects like this one come into play. I'm certain there are many efforts like this one being born at this time. And this particular approach was so strongly inspired in me that I could not disregard it. We had a big wake-up call, and I think a lot of us woke up. This project is specifically focused on brainstorming and imagining the qualities we would like to see in our nation, our government, and our leaders. It's not a place for complaining, judging, or criticizing. There are plenty of other places to do that. This effort is going to have a decidedly positive focus. But who am I to take on a project like this? What makes me think I can do it successfully? I don't know. I just know that I have to do this. I've asked myself these questions and many others, believe me. But I keep coming back to a powerful inspiration to do this and a vivid image of it becoming something really big that serves an important purpose. I see it. I feel it happening. And I trust it so completely that I'm willing to rearrange my entire life around it. It's a scary prospect in some ways. I'm well aware of the fact that I've never done anything like this before. I'm aware that some of my friends and acquaintances think I'm crazy. I know that I'm starting from zero without the resources or the expertise needed. I know that. But I trust this vision. I believe that people will come forward to help with this. I see it. I just know it. I want you to know that fame is not something I crave. I'm very comfortable serving in the background of life. In fact, I prefer it. But I'm willing to step out of my comfort zone because I feel that that's what I'm being called to do. I've never been comfortable with public speaking, and I'm definitely not an expert in politics. In fact, I never had the slightest interest in politics until now. A nation divided into opposing parties made so little sense to me that I didn't even register to vote until I was in my 40s. Just being honest. Another terrifying part of this is the strong probability that my private life will end up under the microscope at some point. I've done endless self-examination of my life especially in recent years, but I never thought I'd be stepping into a spotlight for others to see and scrutinize. So before we get to that point, I want to make it known that I'm not a saint. I've lived a very colorful and unusual life, and while the past is the past, and I don't believe in living with regrets, I've done some things I would never dream of doing again. I spent a few years without a home, making my way, doing odd jobs, and selling my artwork. There's certainly photographic evidence of some wild moments I've had, and some stories about me that would be quite embarrassing, to say the least. You could say that my past is checkered as well as colorful, since I've seen the inside of a jail cell more than once in my life. At this point, my life is very simple. I reside in a rented room and support myself with my handyman skills and my artistic talents. At the moment, I'm also on probation, living out the consequences of some questionable decisions I made years ago. If you're so interested that you want all the details, I'm sure it's on public record, but my life is not the subject of this project, so I won't be discussing it on the show. I just wanted to lay some of my cards on the table so there aren't any big surprises later on. I'm a big believer in forgiveness. I've made peace with myself and my past. It's also true that I have many dear friends who love and appreciate me. Some of them don't know much about my past. They just regard me as a happy, creative person and an eternal optimist who sees and brings out the beauty in life and other people. I try to be an uplifting influence. I consider myself very fortunate. I love myself. I love my life. I love my friends. I love the city that I live in, this nation that I call home, and this planet that we live on. I consider myself very fortunate indeed. I've always been an artist. In fact, my whole life is a work of art. And this show is also a work of art. I need your help starting this project. I'm inviting the financial support required to get this project off the ground. There are some major expenses involved that can be handled easily if a large number of people each give a little. You can also support this by sharing it and by subscribing to the YouTube channel. Please, please do that. I appreciate your watching this, and I appreciate your interest in this project. The butterflies in my stomach are telling me that it's time to go out in public with a video camera and start talking to people about this. So, I will see you soon with some interesting video to share. Stay tuned. I'll see you soon.